Now these are what you need to look at. So that's why I'll be telling you benefits of going with habituation and another benefit of going with culture. So let's now benefits of habituation. If you are looking for someone whose attitude can fit into the result, let's say you are result oriented in a particular sphere, now it's not going to be like you are looking for somebody that will fit into the culture. No, this person's tenet is towards being honesty. I mean being honest is towards being truthful. Now such a person can fit into the program easily without finding it difficult, without checking, without I hope you get what I mean. So now that's it. That's the benefits. When you see someone whose habitual belief goes towards being honest over the years, you can count on the person. That's number one. Another benefit is when you are setting up a satellite branch. Now you have someone whose habitual beliefs goes towards your belief. Now you wouldn't have to doubt yourself on maybe you are going to get this or that. Even when Kuma was starting Morris, he had to send Wisman. Wisman had to go and he provided results. In fact, when he was sent in order to manage the business, everything went well, and Morris Philip became so grown in the area. So that's it. When you get people that are very trustworthy, it's not maybe they are fitting into the culture, but because their habitual beliefs, their habitual tenants, most towards it, you find everything so easy. Habituation is quite good, quite reasonable, better than the culture. I mean people that are going to the culture, because people that are going to the culture, they can actually go out of the culture, but people with the habitual tenants, they can actually grow with you along the line, because it is easier for them to live in the line better than people that are culture oriented. So that's it. When somebody who is habitual in a particular sphere goes in with you, you can depend on the result, unlike going for people that are culture oriented. Number 4, another benefit of having people that have the same habitual tenants is that they don't need tips, they don't need any sort of motivation, so it is easier for you to communicate with them. In fact, most of the time you don't even need to speak louder, you don't need to go through the stress of hiring a speaker or a motivational speaker in order to tell them what to do. No, they just know this is what we are going to do, and that is what you are going to do, because it is in them. So that is it. So the fourth is that they don't need tips. You don't need to tell them when you do this you get $100. When you don't need, you get $5,000. No, because they are motivated from within. It is built from them. So that's the number for them. You know, go with directions. You just point at a goal, they go for it. You just tell them this is what you are achieving. They are going, as long as it goes with their habit. So that's why as a manager you must know what fits someone's habit and what doesn't fit someone's habit. Of course, you can't tell someone who parties a lot and tell the person to arrive by 8 a.m. or not to sleep at work. Okay. But when someone doesn't go that, when someone is reserved and all those things, you can tell that presently I'll be telling you about 5 benefits of imbibing culture into your business. One of the benefits is that it reduces risk taking. There is this story that Jack Welch spoke about before he died. It happened in 1989. The man in question used to work for the General Electric, and because he was in charge of the financial institution where there was no bureau, so there was this money that was thought of being transferred into the account. On getting to the account, it will be used to buy a jet engine. But you know, as fate would have it, this person never used the money for it. Meanwhile, he diverted the money for it, and that is the fact that because he was in charge, he wasn't on that check. There was this free transfer of the money, but it was afterwards that the person was siphoned, the person was calling for it, and over 15 people went down for it just because there was no check, there was no bureau. So having culture gives a bureau in the system, and it helps in curtailing vices like this. That is number one. Then number two, now companies with strong system